This is the ultimate 2021 guide to playing Reyna in Valorant. I'm going to give you tips on everything, including her playstyle and how you should be playing her abilities and the best ways to use them, and how to frag out with Reyna. So if the video does help you out, be sure to drop a like on it. First off, we're going to be getting into Reyna's playstyle and how you should be playing her in your team in order to fulfill your role. Reyna is a duelist, which in other terms essentially means that she is an entry fragger. Now, what is an entry fragger's job? Well, as Reyna, you want to be clearing the way forward for your team, making the first engagements, making map control a lot easier for your team to gain. You should be the one moving in with your team. If there is a Sage entry fragging in front of you and you're not there with them, that's a problem. Because I know too many duelist players who simply don't entry frag and move forward because they're scared and want to protect their weapons or their KD. If you're playing combined as Reyna and you move in and gain full control of hookah and then you move onto the site and gain full control of that, if you get picked off right away after you've gained site control, you've done a great job. You've just gained your team a free plant onto a site by clearing it and moving forward and committing to a push and getting them on nice and early. Yes, you got picked off and didn't get any kills, but you gained map control and allowed your team to move on site for you. Entry fragging is not just about the kills. Kills are fantastic, and please do try to pick these up because they are going to be important too. However, getting onto a site quickly, gaining map control quickly is absolutely crucial, and doing this is a part of fulfilling your role too. But this also comes with the fact that there are probably going to be people on site, so you need to take the first engagements. As an entry fragger, it is your job to clear out these first engagements and take them out as a team. Now ideally you want to pick these kills up yourself here, or just make sure you engage with them first before anyone on your team does, and if your team picks up the kill afterwards, that's perfectly fine. While it is really great to gain map control early, take the first engagements and be confident in moving forward, you can't just do this and use it as an excuse for when you die on the first engagement in someone in hookah, hiding in a corner. You have to actually pick up kills too, and we will touch onto that a little bit more on how you can frag out and top frag as Reyna soon. The best way to get better at this and practice this is simply going into a custom game and practice you entering a site, clearing corners, and taking engagements. You really want to be clean and efficient in terms of the way you clear rooms and you clear corners. You want to make it so you're not exposing yourself to a different angle, whilst also making sure you get the job done so no one gets killed from behind. And at the same time, you have to be very quick with it. You can't just stand there and take forever clearing a corner one angle just because you're scared to enter. You have to be quick with it. You have to be confident in order to move in quickly and assure that you're going to take someone out if they pop up. Deathmatch also works great for this. Practice attacking a site and moving into a site simply just by going into a deathmatch game and taking anyone out on there. Now let's move on to Reyna's abilities. Now Reyna does have her eyes, which are essentially two of them that can blind enemies when she puts them up in the air. She also has her healing ability and her dismiss ability, which will be gained from the soul orbs after taking out someone or getting an assist. Now Reyna's ability is very reliant on her picking up kills and also dealing damage. When you take out a player as Reyna or you get an assist with Reyna, what will happen is a soul orb will spawn on the ground if you have your abilities active. You'll then be able to choose from a heal, or simply you'll be able to choose from a dismiss. Now a dismiss allows you to be invincible for a few seconds and you can see and move around, and you move around a lot quicker. Enemies can still see a rough outline of you, but it's very hard. You won't be able to take any damage at all. The healing ability heals you and allows to overheal you. It is a temporary effect, but it lasts for quite a long time. You will be able to gain shield from it and HP. Now in order for the heal ability to work, you have to be standing directly in front of it, and the line of the path has to actually direct you, and it can't go through a wall or an object. When it does go through a wall or an object when you try to heal, if you were to turn around the corner and move away from the soul orb, it would get cut off pretty quickly. And then you also have her layers, which are the eyes. You have two of them. These can be very useful for blinding enemies, and they do blind them for a short amount of time. They can be shot out too. Now how should you use the eyes and place them down? Well, you want to be placing them up high in the air. It really does depend on the target that you're coming into, but for a general placement, placing them up really high in the air is the best idea. You don't really want to be placing them at head level where the enemy's going to be looking, because it's a lot easier for them to shoot them out. The reason why if you place it up high it's a lot better is because the enemy's going to have to adjust their crosshair placement, look up and then look back down and then lock back onto your head, which makes it a lot harder than then just shooting it out already at head level. You really want to throw off the crosshair placement. They can be very useful for getting your team in nice and early. If you're not confident on clearing an area and you need to blind anyone who's going to be looking in your general POV, you want to definitely 100% use it then. For example, when you're going onto a site, if you want to clear it efficiently, you can put one up in the air, and anyone who peeks out at that second will be affected by it. It is very useful for controlling certain areas. And if you want to clear a room, you can use it here as well, but the main advice I would give you is to look at the enemy where they're going to be positioned. Are they going to be looking up or down? What's their general position like? You can base it off that. Use your own intuition on where you should place it and use that. Sometimes it can be really useful to place them lower down if that's going to throw the enemy off more than it would if it was up high. It all depends on the situation. Those are the general guidelines. Feel free to use them and to break them too, because sometimes you will need to. It all depends on the position and who the enemy is. You should be able to find the balance between not too high and just simply not directly in them. Now, in terms of the healing and dismiss, you really want to get good with this. When you kill an enemy, you're going to have to be very quick in deciding whether you need to heal or whether you're going to need to dismiss away from danger. This is going to be crucial in terms of your reaction time and how you are going to be reacting to an enemy and when you kill an enemy. So scan for your surroundings, scan for your HP and what you're currently at, and then make a decision very, very quickly on what you're going to need. You can't always get it right because sometimes you'll never know if an enemy is going to peek you. But if you feel you're in danger, take the dismiss out. The main usage for healing is to simply go ahead and heal yourself and gain more HP. Remember, it does kind of reveal your position though, but at the same time as well, the dismiss is also going to be for getting out of danger. If you take an enemy out very, very early on, you feel a teammate's about to turn a corner and refrag you, get the dismiss, get out of there and get back to cover. That's where it comes in handy. And also if you want to move a little bit quicker and get to somewhere quicker, you can also use it too. A dismiss can be really great if you want to gain some intel too and just scout a corner really quick, being completely invincible so you can't get tagged or killed. Now, how do you actually pick up kills as Reyna? Because that is a crucial part of it and you're going to need to do it to unlock your abilities. Well, the main way is obviously your mechanics. You're going to have to get better at taking eliminations and kills. But another playstyle is being extremely aggressive with it. As I'm sure you might have noticed, what you can do with Reyna is get a kill very early on in an aggressive situation that you wouldn't be able to peek with any other agent and then dismiss and get out completely invincible. Try going for riskier plays. You can also hold sights a lot better too because you're able to dismiss and heal yourself. The main way to get kills in Valorant are by refragging, simply making aggressive plays that the enemy doesn't expect, and also having good mechanics down to a T. I have a lot of other guides and videos on the channel that do cover this sort of subject, so if you're looking for that specifically, there will be a card in the top right to one of them videos that can help you out with that. Make sure that you do have a warm-up routine or just a practice routine in general because your aim is going to have to be on point here. You want to be making the first move and entry fragging, and naturally if you use the playstyle that I mentioned in the beginning, you will pick up kills if the mechanics is there. Just match them together and you will be able to do it. As long as you have the playstyle down to a T and you also have good mechanics and that you're consistently improving with them, you are going to be picking up kills no problem. And that is everything you need to know about Reyna and how to play her. If the video did help you out, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe for more tips and tricks videos exactly like this. And also, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's a link down below in the description if you'd like to come in. Now that you know how to play Reyna, you're also going to need the best crosshair for her. So I do have a video on that. There is a video on your screen right now, so go ahead and click it, and it will take you to the top 10 best crosshairs.